Right from there, yeah?
Right from there. Tight, it's like a torque all the way through.
I know you can feel kind of like through here.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tight in there, yeah?
Yeah. That was really nice.
Any chance that foot can move a bit more? Or is it? And again. And again. Good. All right.
That was nice.
So we got it back.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hi guys, so this is Felix from SS1 Performance. Anthony
from FitPack, aka co-founder of More Mass.
So today we're going to be doing a PT session. Anthony, can you tell everyone a little bit about what you're up to, jiu-jitsu, boxing, your recent amateur boxing match and all that, so that everyone knows kind of what we're going to be aiming to improve on in this session?
100%. So I've been training in martial arts for over say 5 years now, prior to COVID. Obviously we had that little bit of a break, and then I kind of didn't really take it as serious, but I really got into no-gi jiu-jitsu. Then after COVID, started gi jiu-jitsu, where I'm now a 2-stripe white belt, hoping to go for my blue belt relatively soon. In addition to that, I did kind of drop that sideline up for a few weeks because I started an amateur boxing fight, and this taught me a lot in terms of from sparring and actual fighting, the different challenges you go along the journey, which I'll explain later.
Yeah, so you hit the sort of level of conditioning during your lead up to the boxing match, right, which was higher than you were used to.
Yeah.
And then you accumulate a high level of fatigue, right? And then
100%.
I think you had a few things that happened afterwards. So I think the immune system got hit, didn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
And then some sort of physical.
And some physical injury. So
Yeah.
I obviously predominantly my training history has varied. So background came from calisthenics. Then over probably a span of like 8 or so years, I got heavily into bodybuilding and strength training. So the transition from that type of movement to very more dynamic and explosive movement, my body did start to break down when the intensity of the training for the fight did start to go up. So that's why we're here today.
Sure. Okay, so a couple of bits. So I think you've got a shoulder which is needing a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
So we need to try to find out, well, if we can unlock that a little bit, but also possibly like why that happened. So at the start, what I need to do is I need to kind of see how you're moving. So we need to get you in your element. So a little bit of shadow boxing, some pad work. I need to see what your hip mobility is like in jiu-jitsu. So we're going to work on just like, not really work on it, but we're going to look at you doing some triangles and some arm bars just on me. And then all of that put together will constitute like a warm-up. It'll give me a bit of an idea about what I think I can do to improve your performance like quite quick. And then what we'll do is we'll move into sort of like a functional mobility session where I'm going to do a load of like active releases, lots of sort of like dynamic motions, so that we can hopefully find out if there's any guys, like any of the joints are not quite with the rest of the team, then they're kind of screwing the rest of the team over. So we need to make sure none of those guys are like, you know, on holiday, and then make sure everyone's working together. And then hopefully, you know, you'll pick up on a few bits that you maybe haven't been doing yourself as well.
Yep.
So you can like keep on running those movements if any of them help.
Sure.
Cool. So I think we need to see some shadow boxing.
Yeah, sure. Let's get it.
Keep it quite chill. So we're looking for motion. So even just kind of extensions, a little bit of bounce work, try and get the blood flow going. And then we need 30 seconds of just boxing, not kickboxing, just a bit of shadow stuff. And then I'm going to start seeing how you're moving around. Nice. Good. And then rest. Okay. 5 of those. Let's just see what your abs do when you're doing that. Any impingement there? Any impingement kind of?
I am feeling the tension in that left shoulder as
and it's coming through.
So I'm really
in the AC.
In the AC.
Yeah.
Right there, especially when I get to probably like above 45 degrees.
Right from there,
Right from there.
Okay, bring it down. Okay, 30 seconds more shadow boxing. Good, a little bit more draw extension from the left arm, not in the way that's going to cause you any problems, but just to get like, see how that moves
You can see
out.
I'm holding back on
Yeah,
it.
so exactly. So this is fine. So what we want to do is just explore, you know, what the brain wants the nerves and the muscles to do. And that'll do. Right, okay. So stand here again. I need you to stand like that. Okay. I need you to turn about 120 degrees. Good. And then back again. Good. To center and then the same way again. Nice. Good. Everything feeling all right? Anything to report in terms of good. Yeah, pretty nice movement. So what we're doing is we're just looking at everything from like the foot all the way up the leg, through the back and into the shoulders. Good. And then going the other way.
More restriction.
Yeah, and where do you find that's coming from?
That's in the hip. Anywhere from the lumbar through to hip.
Thinking down here.
Yeah.
Down here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, relax. I want you to drive your hip laterally to the left. Okay, now be careful because basically come back to center. So everything that happens here is like a distraction.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at is what's your actual hip displacement, right? So I'm only looking at that. So anything that happens over here, right, is like the brain saying, I don't want to move this.
Sure.
Okay, so think about that. So your head's here,
Yep.
right? So drive your left side of your hip. Yeah, good. So I'm gonna go back to center. I'm gonna
Resistance.
Yeah, so you don't want to drive it here. Might just be because you haven't done it very much, but we're just gonna, good. And then are you feeling it in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it travel up to the back?
No.
No. Okay. Drive.
It's like from hip and glute med.
Yeah. And what I'm doing is I'm stopping you from rotating away from it.
Yeah.
Less with the head now, and more with the hip. Let's go. Good. And 2 more. And 1 more. Cool. And then give me 3 to the right. So that side moves quite. Go again. Yeah. A little bit more drive here. Good. Same story or different?
But then when I go in this direction, the
You
tightness
feel it back in
is
that
still on
side. Yeah. Hands up again. 5 rotations this way to the right. Any change?
Yeah, a bit looser.
Seems a bit looser. Okay. Right. 30 seconds of shadow boxing. This time adding kicks.
Cool.
Okay, dial it down a little bit in terms of speed, so more kind of flow, like try and get a little bit more kinematics, right? So you want to try and open the body out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still kind of just warming up, messing around a little bit, no big deal. Okay, let's go. Okay, and relax, right. Okay, so we'll get back on the hip in a second. What I need to get you doing is just a little bit of a skip style. I need you to rotate in and out, okay, facing the mirror. And then what I want you to do is turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the left. Cool. Centralize the whole thing just so it's a bit more casual, so you're just facing forwards. And then turn to the right. Good. Keep it casual. Turn to the left. Good. Good.
Do it or a delay in between?
No, this is fine. Keep
Okay.
on doing what you're doing. Because what I notice is when you're shadow boxing, you know, as you said, you've had a bit of downtime. So obviously the feet are quite flat.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is just ramp up the nervous system, get the muscles firing up a little bit more to give you a bit more bounce. And then obviously we're still warming you up anyway. Good. Excellent. Right, 30 seconds, kickboxing, shadow boxing. Good. And try and keep that bounce. Alright? Try and keep that rhythm. There we go. Nice. Nice. Good. Set up a 3, 1, 2 with the hands, followed by a kick. Good. Nice. Very good. Opening up a bit more. 3 seconds. 1 more movement. Good. Excellent. Right, okay. So, what I need you to do now is drive the hands up, and then I need you to drive 3 times one way and 3 times the other. Okay, cool. Go to the right again. Okay, the right's moving. Left's moving a little bit. Right moving again. Left moving. Yeah, let's go for the left one more. Let's go for 3 of those, just to the left, okay? Drive the left. Much less on up here and focus on what's happening there. Yeah, there we go. Good. And again. Yeah, good. A little bit slower. Good. And let's do 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Good. Okay, cool. All right, so hands overhead. Yep. 30 degrees of external rotation from the toes. Let's see what the hip mobility is like in this case. Good. 10 of these would be actually great if we can do that. Anything from the groin, like any kind of pull, or does it feel pretty good?
Pretty good.
Good. Okay, cool. Keep going. Go again. Any change there?
Nope.
Cool. Just pulling out a little bit just to see what you deal with. I'll manipulate the legs a little bit.
Arches of the feet are just burning.
Yeah. Arch of the feet.
Yeah.
From the shadow boxing though, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. Right, okay. I need you to hit. So if you think about what we're doing, I picked up on like a little bit of limitation here. Alright, then we picked up on a little bit.
On the left, yeah.
So what we're going to do is just figure out top to bottom. We already know there's something going on here.
Yeah.
We know there's something going on here. There might be a little bit of tension going on through your QL as well.
When I throw my left cross from southpaw, I do notice, because of that lack of extension, I get less power. So I lose power as I decelerate.
Sure. So I mean, and yeah, so we need to as well, we're going to figure out if all of that ground force, if that's translating upwards.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out all that mechanic stuff as well. Right, so I need you to hit 10 side lunges, basically kind of like NFL style, like so, like that, the knees there, ready to drive up there. Okay, cool. Like that, all right? All right, same again. What I want you to do is keep it quite, that's it, good. So you're now straightening the leg, so you're creating more demands for the groin muscles. Good, keep it going. Okay, straighter with the right leg, okay? Left leg's good, right leg straight. There we go, keep it going. Nice, okay, cool, right, good stuff.
Yeah.
So how much, like, impingement, or how, did you feel anything in the groin, or did it?
No.
It felt okay?
I only became more, I had to think about straighten out the right more, whereas the left, it was just
the left was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, right, so 10 reverse lunges. I want you to set it and then drop it. So basically step back, straight onto the toes, drive, like nice and high, good. So set it first, so basically I want you to be able to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't want you to be able to fall, I want you to be like bang.
Reactive.
And then if you want to cancel it, it's like back up again.
Cool.
Or drop into the lunge, drive.
Yeah.
Okay? Nice. Excellent. Now what I want you to do is raise your arms up. Cool. Anything going on here?
No.
Good. Anything going on here?
No.
Good. 2 more. And 1 more. Right, okay, not too bad. So, we're going to try and unlock this a little bit. We'll just use a basic rotator cuff standard. So I need you to look at that straight, well, you know the angles, but let's say we're looking for a straight up, straight down. In this case, I actually want you to stand facing the mirror, because I want you to pay attention to what your elbow's doing and how much of your body is changing.
Yeah.
So if you're going down, good. And I want you to go all the way down. Okay, cool. Tell me about what you're feeling.
Yep. It's like a torque all the way through.
Yeah, and you're feeling it wrapping around the humerus, or is it more?
It's more in the rear.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so what I want you to do is just don't relax for a second. Don't worry about kind of forcing anything.
Yeah.
Because we know roughly where you've got to now. I want you to kind of go into yoga mode.
Yeah.
Just like really chilled out movements, and then we're just going to work on some active release. But I do want you to go down. So I'm just using a little bit of manipulation on the infraspinatus to start with, just to see if we can get some release. And then we'll just work on each of the rotator cuffs, slightly different, just getting a bit of a feel about what's going on as well. Okay. So that's only one of them. And a few more. It's not terrible, but there's a little bit of gristly sort of kind of feel. Yeah. It's on the main body of the muscle though. Right, now what I want you to do is raise up like this, but I don't want you to keep on causing inflammation. So I want you to just raise up and just limit it so that you're not experiencing any
so no discomfort
here. Yeah. So then I'm going to find, okay, down and up. Yeah. Tighten there, yeah. Yeah. We're working through some of the teres. There's it. Subscapularis as well. Just trying to get that kind of active release. So that, there we go. So there you can kind of feel the all of the. So it's pretty jammed up.
Wow, you can hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty. It's no wonder you didn't really want to throw.
Yeah. And extend it. Yeah.
All right. Shake out a little bit. Relax for a moment. Okay. All right. So just let me get on with this one. So, anything going on there? Feels okay?
Just general, nothing major.
Okay. Anything going on there?
Not so much.
There.
Yeah.
Lift the arm up in the same way that I just was. Up and down, slow. Good. Okay. Try and raise that arm up like this. How's it feeling?
Yeah, a bit more smooth.
Okay, and then can you just rotate so that your knuckles or your hands facing in this position, and then just go down and up, this time like that. Yeah, and again.
Less intense on the way up.
Good. One more time. Yeah, there's a few things going on here still, but let's get that sorted.
Yeah.
So same again, just rotate. Okay, and down as well. How's it feeling?
Yep.
Right, okay, so there's still a few bits going on here. What I want you to do is, I need you to do 30 seconds more shadow boxing, just hands.
Yep.
Right, and then I want you to
full extension.
just kind of move a little bit, 1 or 2, kind of like, imagine you're trying to get like an acting job, you're trying to show off, like you're trying to fully like extend, slightly different. So you're trying to kind of go for a range, just so we can see kind of like what the body wants to do. So 3, 2, 1, good. Good. Get a nice bounce going. Good. And relax. Cool.
So I felt like that lead hook, that rear hook, I've been reluctant to throw it for a long period of time just because of the pain.
Yeah.
I felt more comfort throwing it, so I threw it a few times.
Yeah.
Just because it felt more released.
So it looks like, well, obviously I told you to move more, but it does actually look a little bit better. So what we'll do is, if you could just put your hand up like this. So I'm just gonna get into, it's probably not gonna feel that great, but we need to get your scapula along for the ride as well.
Yeah. So you would say that this is really just down to general strength bodybuilding style training with a lack of, dynamic knowledge for the muscles in the surrounding area.
Yeah, it's just like, because you're so internally focused, like internally rotated inwards, like protracted here. Yeah. So plus you've got like, stuff going on the computer as well. Yeah. And so much of our lives are just spent like in that area. That it's quite hard to create symmetry. Yeah. So can you just do this movement a few times? Okay, going across, excellent. Good. Yeah, because the serratus muscles are obviously controlling the scapula, so they're hooking around and like helping it to go in and out. And there we go. Right, relax again. Okay, so hopefully we'll finish this one off. This is not going to be pleasant, so I'm going to hold here. I need you to shoulder press with that arm. Okay? Pretty bad? Yeah,
very.
Yeah. It's going to it's going to feel, I mean, how much do you bench?
At
For
the
5
moment,
reps?
nothing at all, but it was probably, I'd say, about 120
120.
for 5.
What's your squat?
Squat is, on average, for 6, like 140.
140, yeah. So there's a lot of power. Try and hang in there. Yep. Good. Keep going. Yep. And I'm going to come in through here. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I could feel that through, but now I can feel it through the big grip, just for the whole muscle. Okay, relax for a second.
Yeah.
Give you a moment. So,
Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just basically everything is just here,
Yeah.
and then this, all of your sort of rotator cuff muscles that are hooking around your
Yeah.
humerus, were sort of like they're that kind of gristly sort of structure where probably not much blood flow, probably not much neurological capability because all of it's so jammed up.
Yeah.
And so by doing what we've done, we've basically kind of like stretched it out, forced blood flow through it, giving you some immediate relief. To be fair though, like it feels better because of the fact that, you know, I've sort of messed around with the nerve endings. So it's not like it necessarily is that good, it's just that it feels a lot better.
Yeah.
But obviously we have to make sure it doesn't, you know, go back again. Right, so the last bit is the pec minor. So there's 3 ribs. I need you to sort of drive this movement.
Okay.
Okay. So just open it up first. So bring it back, and I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be nice. Okay, so forwards and backwards. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rough. So yeah. Yeah, it's one of the tougher ones. Bring it back. Hold a position. Just gonna work through. It's not terrible. There was mainly the primary part was on the pec major. Okay, right, so let's see. One of those.
Yeah.
Right, one of those.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now I need you to do both at the same time because there's more demands then. Good, and now I want you to go all the way around and then think about, okay, are we
That was the best one, yeah.
Are we okay now?
Yeah.
Like in terms of now the last one, obviously we just need to check this. Okay, so up top you're all good.
Yeah.
Up top you're all good. Bring it down. Bring it down more. Okay. What I want you to do is just push, trying to push against my hand, but only with 20. In your case, I'll say 20%.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so push.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax. Just relax.
Okay.
Feel alright? Okay. So I want you to push in the same way. So that hand's going to go that way, yeah?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Pull a bit more. 5, 6, and relax. And relax completely, yeah?
That was really nice.
Okay. So I need you to do that whole thing again.
Yep.
Right? All the way up. Right, there we go. Right. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got, the shoulders as clear as we might want to get it. I can start doing some other stuff here, but we're not going to worry about that just yet.
Okay.
Alright, so
Okay.
let's have a look. I need to get you doing a few triangles.
Okay.
Alright, so I need to see 10 triangles, 5 on each side. I'm reawakening your brain.
Yeah, exactly, after the time up.
Oh, that one. Good. Okay, armbar from mount. Yeah, that was nice.
That was tight.
Yeah, that was straight into
So it was
it.
right under the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
That felt tight. As I came.
Alright, so let's get the kicks going as well. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of getting an idea of your mobility as well, like especially from the hips.
Yeah.
So
kicks I'll do barefoot on the.
Yeah, kicks you can do barefoot.
Yeah.
But we'll do kickboxing.
There's a bit of it's been after the Christmas break. It's been a while for both of us.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to get back into it.
It's good to have some like, you know, good
I'm
quality
actually looking
pads.
for a new gym, so if anyone has any recommendations, feel free to drop them in the comments.
Get some extension. Do more of an explorative thing with the left arm.
Yeah.
Because we've created some function. We want to test the function, but obviously this is impact work. So I assume you were striking, you know, with that shoulder, you know, in a bad way before, right?
Oh yeah. All throughout so probably like from 6 weeks before the fight, I literally started to. It became a bit of a on and off thing. Some days I was training through the pain, really just having to limit the amount of impact I was actually doing.
Yeah.
Just to try and keep it healthy enough. Otherwise, I'd have to put out the fight. So
yeah, exactly.
Those were the only options. So yeah.
So right, to everyone watching, this guy's going to be hitting stuff anyway, right? So we need to sort it out one way or another. So we can't stop him from hitting stuff because he's going to do it anyway because he's an athlete. So we could say, oh, we're not going to be doing, let's say we shouldn't be doing any impact work. The impact work is there, so we have to make it as best we can and try and make it so it's not going to cause more problems. So avoiding all this stuff is not really an option. So here we are. All right. So hands up. Jab. 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 Okay. Cross. And again. And again. And again. 1, 2. And again. Jab cross. And again. Very good. Okay. Nice and easy with the hook because you've got more mobility now, which is great, more function. It does mean that you will find yourself in positions that are a bit fresh. So give the muscles an easy job. Like give them a job, but don't make them do it also really quickly and also really also really hard as well. Like be like, no, we're going to do something new, but let's just give you guys a chance to kind of catch up.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm going orthodox at the moment.
That's fine.
And then we'll switch it up.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so let's have a jab. Let's have a cross. Let's have a hook. Okay, how's it feeling?
Yeah, it was nice.
Hook. And again. And again. And again. And again. Okay. Alright. So now what I want to do is, it feels quite nice. Like
it feels fun. Haven't had to use it for a while.
No, it looks good. And you're winding up nicely. I was expecting there to be a little bit more going on there. Like as in not so good stuff.
Yeah,
but actually it looks good and it feels good through the pad. Okay, so I want you to stay bouncy. Okay, but kind of like a low tempo. Yeah, just there, that's it, yeah. Just an underlying movement, so you're just always moving a little bit, just because I want to see what your natural movement will be like. If you're getting ready for one shot, then you get to prepare it perfectly. So that's it. So I need you to keep moving, keep the hands up. Okay, hook. 1, 2. Alright, 1, 2. Cross. Jab. Double jab. And again. 1, 2. 1, 2, hook. Okay? And again. And again. And again. And again. Alright.
It was nice.
So the hook's feeling alright, yeah?
Really nice, yeah.
Alright. Oh, that can balance you. Let me see your other hook. And again.
From orthodox or southpaw?
Switch stances, go back to your orthodox, yeah, cool. Switch. Nice, okay. Keep moving. And again. Again. And again. And again. Yeah, because we didn't do any work on that shoulder because it doesn't need it, right?
Yeah.
That feels okay?
Yeah, it feels good.
Good. 1, 2. 1, 2. And a little bit more power from that jab now. Keep moving. Jab. 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 Okay.
So it feels like, because it's been sidelined for so long, and obviously I've been training southpaw for the fight. It's almost like a split delay.
Yeah.
Just because it's been tender for so long. So a lot of this comes from when I sleep, when I wake up,
Yeah.
different things. So but it feels a lot more. It feels more protected.
It's,
so it's
this is why I'm trying to extract a little bit more from it now.
Yeah.
Because the hooks feel, I don't want to, the hooks are fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to get any more out of you from that today.
Yeah.
The jab was still a little bit, you know,
it was
not
a bit
quite.
delayed.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas southpaw, the jab is more of a piston. It's more.
Yeah. Switch. Switch to southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So. Keep moving. Jab. 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 And again. And again. Cross. And again. 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 Good. All right.
That was nice.
So we got it back.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Kicks. You can take whichever stance you prefer.
I'll mix it up, yeah.
Yeah, mix it up.
So generally kickboxing, I fight in all pillows.
Okay.
Boxing up, I fight in southpaw.
Fine.
So it's a little
Alright.
bit of a
Well, I
mix
mean,
up.
to be honest, that's going to keep them guessing. So to be honest, that's good. All right. So let's have a look. Okay. And again. And again. Good. Nice movement. Yeah, keep it going. And again. And again. And again. There we go. Very nice. Right. Now I want you to go back to the same stance again.
Yep. Switch kick.
Switch kick. Very nice. And again. Good. Well, yeah, I can feel that through the pads. So go again. Nice. And again. Very good. Okay. So I need 3 quick kicks in succession because I'm doing this partly to kind of, well, see what you got, but also to see how we can maybe work on some hip mobility stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So I need back.
3 pummel kicks. Cool.
Yep. And one side and then the other side. Let's have a look. Good. And again. Good. And one more time. Very nice. Good. Yeah. Nice turning. Okay. Good control. Looks like you're well balanced and everything. All right. A few deep breaths. Good. 3 kicks. Let's go. Yeah. And again. And last one. Good. Okay. Right.
Wow.
So, gloves off. Alright, and then you can take the wraps off as well. Okay, so we picked up on a few possible limitations at the beginning. The shoulder's mostly okay. It's not like fixed, but it's kind of functioning as well as we can hope it will function in a single day. The hip here, I left it alone for the most part. So now what we're going to do is just use 3 big functional patterns, right, from the Gray Institute called 3D maps. Isolate if there's any sort of global or local sort of joint stuff going on that we could maybe help you out with, and see if we can kind of unlock a little bit more power from the hips. So the movement is basic, right? Stand up like that, you step forward, you raise. You should feel possibly a little bit of a tug in your hip flexor on the left side, and you're trying to get high up here. Yep. Then you step back, and then you're trying to drive a little bit of tension through your hamstring and reach to the floor. So reach right down, good, and then you feel a tug there, right? Okay, so I want you to move from that position to this position in a nice kind of yoga style, rather than the kind of boxing style. So it should feel quite nice and natural, good, nice. Okay, just seeing how the foot's moving. Keep it going.
Do I also look up, or do I keep my head?
Yeah, you're looking up, you're doing fine. So yeah, everything's looking good. And I need you to swap sides now, because I'm just doing a bit of a settlement here. Nice. Cool. How much tension are you getting from your hamstrings when you go down? Is it pretty brutal, or is it?
It's
okay?
Because because I'm generally, I would say I'm reasonably flexible.
Yeah.
So the tension is probably say moderate.
Okay.
Nothing extreme.
And how's your left shoulder feeling as you're doing this?
Oh, I can't.
You can't.
I completely forgot about it. So.
There we go. Right. So, fine. Okay. Right. So the body's moving quite well. Obviously, we've done a little bit of work. I've made you a bit imbalanced by doing all this work here and nothing here. So but we haven't got too much time.
Yeah.
So that looked alright. I'm looking at the foot and ankle, and I'm thinking that there's a couple of things that we'll do there. Can you move into a rotational plane now? So you're going to step across like this, then you're going to step out like that. So you're looking at basically from here, 90 degrees with the foot, and then about 120 roughly, let's say. And then you're looking to go back. We're looking at about probably 140, 160, something like that. Anything around here, and then the hands are following suit. So we're just going to travel from there, and we're going to travel out there. That's it. Yeah, good. Good. Nice. Cool. And try and get that foot right in front of that foot if you can. Okay. Just because I want to see if there's anything going on. Yeah, nice. Keep it going. Cool. And give me any feedback as well if you feel there's anything kind of
I'll probably be able to like determine any kind of difference once I do the other side.
Yeah.
Because it's like obviously a movement that very easily.
Yeah, you can kind of.
So I want to just kind of make a comparison.
So what we can say is that this foot, the base foot, started to travel around this way. So
okay,
turn it back. Yeah, turn it back there. Just do 3 more reps, and let's just see if you can keep that foot in the line or whether it gets dragged. Good. Yeah, and then 1 more. Very nice. Okay, same thing on the other side, and then we can get the comparison. So by doing some of the stuff we've done already, it's going to be a bit looser. The only thing I want you to do is straighten up that right toe so it's facing the mirrors, just so we've got a very clear reference point as to if it's getting pulled around a little bit, just because we want the knee, the hip, the back to sort of do the work rather than the hip having to go around. Good. And you said the soles of your feet were aching.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Just today, or is this like?
No, it's been a progressive thing because obviously, as from after the flight and the Christmas break, New Year, I haven't been doing any training, so I've just started running and skipping recently.
Okay.
So it's just being on the feet,
building it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's looking pretty good. The whole body's moving quite nicely. So again, I'm just looking at the foot and ankle, and I'm thinking if the last thing we'll do is we'll just get a roller under there, and we'll just break down some tension through the calves, because all of those muscles swoop underneath the foot in different ways, like inversion and eversion and all that. Last movement is hands up like this, side lunge with an opposite side wave, step across, both feet flat on the ground, and drive the hip a bit like we did at the beginning. And then you just move between those 2 positions and try and make it flow as nicely as possible. I want to see the heel on the ground, ideally on both, just so I can see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good. So yeah, because we're expecting to see something going on here. Right, there we go. Good. Excellent. Yeah, so you obviously do quite a lot of nice, you do take care of the body, like healthy, everything's kind of looking pretty good. There's just always going to be those few areas that everyone has that kind of get a bit tight. Okay, let's have a look at the other side. Okay.
that knee is
A little bit unstable.
slightly bucking.
Yeah, where you feel on the right leg?
On the left leg.
Oh, you're feeling it. So you're feeling like you can't stabilise on the left. Yeah, well that would kind of make sense. So I was seeing a couple of things happen here. Let me just do one thing. Right. So keep on doing that movement again.
Yep.
I'm just going to. Good. Good. Yeah. And 1 more. Good. Okay, cool. Right, so nearly there. Lying on your front. What I need you to do is, when I say move your foot, it moves like this, so your toe is like one position, your heel moves around like that.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to do the right side first. Alright? And try to have this shoulder on the ground so that you're not arching your spine.
Yep.
The other hand can be around your head or whatever you want.
Yep.
Okay? And then try to just relax a little bit if you can. and then tell me if there's tension here. Anything?
Not major.
No, that's all right. I need you to move the right foot in and out.
Yeah.
So the heel, there we go, good. Slow and steady. Just going to kind of unwind the glutes a little bit. So I'm doing this side because I want you to understand what your good side feels like.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just on the sort of piriformis at the moment. Let's do a few more movements there. And relax. And then I'm just going to go into the medius and have a feel and start moving that foot. Cool. And how does that feel?
Yep, so good.
Okay. So basically both of those feel alright.
Mm.
Alright. Apparently so. So then, let's see what the other side feels like. Okay. Hopefully not too bad, but you never know. Okay. And start moving that left foot. How does that feel?
Yeah, I can feel a difference in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel the...
it's a bit more gritty in there.
yeah. Jammed up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, by doing this we can get a little bit more blood flow. But yeah, you can start to feel that actually as it starts to release a bit more, you get more from it, so there's more sensation in some ways.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks for the first few seconds when they're like, oh no, it's fine, and then when the muscles start to open up, they're like, oh, well, actually it's pretty tough. So yeah, I can feel quite a lot going on here. I'm just going to slightly shift around to there, which is probably going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of getting towards the glute medius. So it was your glute medius that was tight at the very beginning of the session.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, and then when you're doing the triangles, I was thinking, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference between how much you're willing to move your hips or how much you want to move your hips, like unconsciously. Okay, and then I need to hit just in there, which is going to be a bit rough, mate.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So that's the main point. So you see how I did it last?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, start moving that foot. And I need you to move it out as well, not just in. Yeah. No one wants to do that part. There we go. Yeah, that's it. There we go. There, that's it. Yeah, so this is a bit more. I know you can feel how that's sort of that's moving now. It doesn't. It's not going to feel good,
but it's
you're going to feel this. Yeah, you can feel this like moving now. Whereas before it was just being told by the nervous system to just like solid, constantly solid. Okay, I'm just going to go around here because I need to get right in. Yeah, because I think this has probably been stuck for a little bit. Okay, all right. Both hands flat on the ground, just like this one. So just to the side of the body. Yeah. Okay, so a couple checks here. Rhomboid. Just going to check what's going on. Anything to report?
Yeah, very much so.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're sort of on the gym floor like we are now, the sweeping motions aren't really feasible because obviously you have to expose everyone, and even though we've got a private room, even though we've got a private room, we just I tend to do like oscillations on these muscles because they they get pretty tight, and if you can just get them moving a little bit, then your scapula will move better, and then obviously all of your boxing is going to be a little bit more free. So as a last thing after this, we're just going to see how your shadow boxing is for about 30 seconds. But the main thing today was to fix the shoulder. That's all linked to this, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's all linked together. So if we don't kind of at least get some oscillations and some movement done, movement put through this area, then we're sort of missing out. We're missing a trick a little bit, but there's quite a lot more to be done. But it's more based on like how much of a reaction will you get to this session. If you come back, you might say that shoulder's completely clear now, in which case it becomes more about you know, looking at the thoracic spine and just seeing about the muscles that are, you know, in the neck and everything. So yeah, because obviously this side was worse than this side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I think we're good. So if you stand up now. All right, and what I want you to do is, I didn't do much on the thoracic spine, but I just want you to do 3 of those. And that should feel clearer, even that little bit. Yeah. Is there anything going through that now?
Yeah, but only the subacromial, and
So you're thinking more
yeah,
of the joint?
that's more in the joint, yeah.
Yeah, so there's probably a slight repositioning that will have happened by us doing this.
Yeah.
So as you walk around for the next few days, try to consider like your postural setting, like when you're sitting down, working at a computer, things like that. Because as the humerus is possibly been sort of slightly better positioned, it might not be kind of rubbing up against some of that cartilaginous tissue.
Okay.
And so you might find actually there's a bit less inflammation if we're lucky. And then possibly like a little bit more space as that inflammation goes down.
Yeah.
So give it a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
You know, for the rest of the day, and then just do some tests tomorrow morning and stuff. So you feeling all right?
Yeah. Oh, bro, honestly, this is absolutely needed. But it just makes you realise that in terms of, you know, for instance, as much as we are in the fitness industry and as much as we try to do, you know, to take care of ourselves, time takes you away from the small little intricacies that allow you to actually look after yourself properly.
Absolutely.
You just kind of go into the gym, you do your training, maybe you do your jiu-jitsu, your drills, but without actually warming up and cooling down and doing the recovery work afterwards, it accumulates over time, and then you just find yourself in situations where, you know, you feel this and you're like sidelined for, you know, a few months or even longer. So.
It's hard to preempt this stuff. And, you know, for me, I try and do releases on myself and stuff like this, and it's just, you know, sometimes you just need someone else to just look at the whole picture and just see if they can kind of see anything going on. So yeah, there's quite a lot of small muscles and loads of connective tissue under the foot. So if you just put your arch of the foot under there, and you can use me as a sort of balance point, but I need you to roll up and down, kind of explore a little bit, there we go, good. And just go a little bit slower and think about sort of what you're trying to achieve, which is you're trying to sort of possibly like activate some of the tissue by creating kind of a mechanical change in the length of the muscle. Right, so if the muscle's pretty tight, just saying it was quite aching quite a lot. If you push it too quick, your nervous system will just like lock it up. Yeah, so if you think about it, like if you breathe sort of steady now, and then kind of sort of tell your nerves to sort of calm a little bit, tell your nervous system to calm down, you might find that, you know, going at a certain tempo with a certain breathing pattern, you can kind of like start to feel that tissue move around a little bit more. And then you've got more oxygen, more blood flow, and a little bit more movement probably. So you might feel more inclined to be up on to get that bounce back, basically.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. Okay, and then onto the other foot now. Good. And it's just always better to have something to lean on, basically, so that you've got you're not burdened by sort of like you're not trying to push all the way through it. You can probably feel how the muscle kind of moves and separates better when you've got a good, like a bit of force, but not so much so that you're like forcing your foot to contract. So if you see now, your foot's kind of like, there's a little bit of tension, but you've also got it relaxed enough so the tissues can actually sort of separate a little bit. Yeah. And how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah.
This one was giving me more discomfort than the other one. Throughout the sparring, shadowboxing, and movement.
Right.
So,
more on the inside?
More towards closer from the mid-range to the heel.
Right. Yeah, kind of like just there? Yeah. So there is something that we'll do on that now. So if you sit down. Just sit down like, this way. Right. So relax the foot as much as you can. Okay. Any kind of pain there?
No.
Okay. So everything through here is, how does that feel? Is that pretty tight?
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay. If I start to move this around a little bit, is that feeling okay? Cool.
It's okay as well.
Yeah. So what we're doing is just, there's a set of muscles, tibialis anterior, extensor digitorum longus, fibularis longus. They all have sort of different tasks. Some of them are supposed to invert, some evert, dorsiflexion, plantarflexion, etc. I would say that from what I'm feeling, I'm going to just go around here because there's also, how's everything feeling through here?
Yep, good.
Cool. Now, I think what we'll have to do is just turn you around. I'm going to have to go, this is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can feel kind of like through here.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's solid.
Yeah.
Just give me the other foot. Because this was giving you bobber, right? So
yeah. I did this ankle, I think I did roll this ankle earlier in the year.
Right.
Kickboxing. So,
I see.
yeah, so
Well, that's probably still stuck.
Still,
Right. Okay. So feels alright. Tibialis anterior feels alright. Yeah. Cool. Extension digitorum. Anything to report there? No. Okay. Fibularis.
all good.
All good? Yep. Agreed. Okay. Just going to push a little bit through here. Anything to report in there?
Nothing major.
No. I could go deeper on those, but I'm guessing that you might have. Yes, it's not the same as the other side. I mean, if you feel.
I can feel the difference already.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean, it's tight,
but not as
nothing like that one. Yeah. Okay. So last bit. Turn onto your front and just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's. Yeah. So what we do is we just get a few towels for a bolster, but yeah, this will be a bit rough for you. I think because it's going to require a little bit of a. There we go. Yeah, you can put your foot down. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good. So you've got that now.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So just going to use some lotion. It's more like wax. So what we do is we just get a little bit of movement through the muscle.
Oh, yeah, I can
So I'm not even
I can
doing.
feel it just like
Yeah. See, I'm not even doing anything at the moment. I'm just like making sweeping motions to try and stimulate some blood flow and get some warmth through the muscle. So first of all, we'll just. You can feel the heat, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a lot of techniques. I'm gonna just try and get a bit of a feel about what's going on. So, yeah. Okay, right. So yeah, the first thing is like effleurage. It's basically just directing blood flow.
Yeah.
How does this feel at the moment, right? So as I'm doing this, these kind of like, these aren't intense.
Yeah.
But how do they feel?
I can just feel certain trigger points which are quite tender and hard. I can feel the difference.
Yeah, can you feel it like through here?
Yeah, right through there.
Yeah. So it's not the muscle that's on top.
Yeah.
It's
Deeper.
I'm pretty sure it's just soleus. Yeah.
Which is why I'm having the heel pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do, I need you to move your foot up and down.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Good. Can you push it more like that ballerina style? Yeah. Good. Okay.
Ah, yeah.
Good.
Wow.
And again. Any chance that foot can move a bit more? Or is it
It's cramping up as we're doing it. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Nice. Okay, right. So I'm going to use my forearm just to create a little bit of pressure. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the muscle now, right? So I'm going to split, it's called splitting. It's not got a very nice name because it basically doesn't feel very nice. But yeah, just hang in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going through the center of the muscle. All right. Feel all right?
Yeah.
And then that's going to split off in a second. Good. Okay. Just going to get. All right, and then I'm just going to hold here. This is the main point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it here?
That's the main point, yeah.
There. Okay, so this gets held, right? For like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I need you to just try to breathe. So it's a trigger point. So what we do is just waiting for the adhesion to sort of release, and then the blood to get into it, and then we'll just retest, see how the foot moves afterwards. And tell me, like on a scale of 1 to 10, where was it at the start?
At the start, it was around about, I'd say about a 7.
Yeah, where is it now?
Now it's about a 4.
Good. Okay, cool. All right, so
Ay. Jesus.
So just trying to get as much blood into this as possible before you go. You alright?
All good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to.
Yeah, work on that.
This was like a long time. You know, I think this was kind of still probably from your injury. Yeah, just remember, I'm not fixing it. I'm just preparing it to be fixed by your own blood, right? Okay. All right. So stand up. Okay. Just mess around with that for a little bit. Onto your toes and off again. All right. So, pretty much one session there.
Yeah.
About as much as probably should be done in one time. Feel all right?
I feel that it's obviously it's one step down a long road, essentially, but it's all of the possibilities in terms of understanding even imbalances, lingering injuries, all connected.
Yeah.
As we know,
you know where they are now.
Stems from the feet,
Yeah.
translates all the way down. So yeah, I'm really going to take a lot on board from this in terms of going forward, treatment-wise, and also my own stuff. And obviously, if you can forward like anything in the comments in terms of like any recommendations of things that you should be doing in and around your training to try to avoid being where I'm at, so that people have a head start in essence.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, nice one. Thanks, guys. So hopefully we'll be doing more of these, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Peace.